Hello, students. Let us start the session with one valuable thought. Everything is easy when you are busy, but nothing is easy when you are lazy. Now, in this video, I am going to talk about the methods of preparation of alcohols. And in the previous topic, we have discussed about the nomenclature of alcohols. Now, starting with the first one, that is, we can prepare alcohol by using alkyl halides. Yes, by doing the hydrolysis method, we can easily prepare alcohol from alkyl halides. And let me talk about the next one, that is, we can prepare alcohol from alkenes. And the next method, we can easily prepare alcohols from carbonyl compounds like aldehyde, ketone, or carboxylic acid by doing reduction process on it. And the last one, that is, we can prepare alcohol from Grignard reagent. So the primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols can also be prepared by using these methods. So students, now we are going to see first method of preparation of alcohols using alkyl halides, and that is by doing the process, that is hydrolysis. So for that, let me give you a general reaction, that is, suppose if we have an alkyl halide, that is Rx, and suppose if we are taking with the dilute solution of NaOH, because we do understand, that is, suppose if we are using an alcoholic KOH or alcoholic NaOH, this would give us an elimination reaction. So for that, we are using aqueous NaOH. So in this case, basically substitution reaction will happen, and in that case, basically we have to provide certain amount of heat also, so that Na will take out this X in the form of NaX, and the main product, that is, we have what we need is an alcohol, that is ROH. So this is nothing but a general reaction where we have easily prepared an alcohol by using an alkyl halide, and by using base like NaOH, which is in aqueous condition. Now let me explain you with the help of an example. Suppose if we are using C2H5Br, that is ethyl bromide, and we are treating it with the aqueous solution of NaOH, and by providing certain amount of heat energy, then we could find, that is NaBr, that has been removed as a byproduct, and the main product C2H5OH, that is ethyl alcohol, or we could also call it as ethanol, is the main product. In this type of preparation, primary alkyl halides undergo substitution by SN2 reaction, and secondary and tertiary alkyl halides usually undergo nucleophilic substitution by SN1 mechanism. Now we are going to see the preparation of alcohol using Grignard reagent. So what is mean by Grignard reagent? Grignard reagent is nothing but alkyl magnesium halide, that is RMgX. In place of R, we can feed any alkyl or aryl group, and in place of X, we can feed any halogens. So now Mg is being electropositive than R, so R has partial negative charge and Mg has partial positive charge. Now let me give the general reaction for this one. If we have an aldehyde or ketone, it consists of common group, that is carbonyl group C double bond O. When it react with Grignard reagent in the presence of dry ether, the alkyl group R will attack the carbon atom, because the carbon atom has partially positive charge, and this NGX will try to attack this oxygen atom over here, because this oxygen atom has partially negative charge. So this will make an intermediate, then this intermediate undergo hydrolysis in the presence of acid, we can obtain an alcohol. When Grignard reagent reacts with different carbonyl compounds, it produces various alcohols like primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols. Suppose if we take formaldehyde, that is HCHO, and suppose if we are taking CH3MgBr is the Grignard reagent, the reaction proceed in the presence of dry ether. So this methyl group attracted by this carbonyl carbon, because the methyl group has partially negative charge and the carbonyl carbon has partially positive charge. Then this remaining MgBr will attack oxygen atom and forms an intermediate. Then this intermediate undergo hydrolysis, that is addition of water molecule in the acidic medium. We can get an alcohol, that is CH3CH2OH. The name of the alcohol is ethanol, and this is a primary alcohol. So when Grignard reagent react with formaldehyde followed by hydrolysis, it produces a primary alcohol. Suppose if we take acetaldehyde, that is CH3CHO, which react with same Grignard reagent like CH3MgBr in the presence of ether, the CH3 group will attack carbonyl carbon and this MgBr will try to attack the oxygen atom and forms an intermediate. Then this intermediate undergo hydrolysis, we will get an alcohol, and the name of the alcohol is isopropyl alcohol, and the IUPAC name is propane 2-ol, and this one is the secondary alcohol. So when Grignard reagent react with the acetaldehyde followed by hydrolysis, it produces a secondary alcohol. Similarly, a ketone react with the Grignard reagent followed by hydrolysis, it produces a tertiary alcohol. Suppose if we take acetone, it also called as propanone. So acetone which react with the CH3MgBr followed by hydrolysis, we can get a tertiary alcohol, and the name of the alcohol is 2-methylpropane 2-ol. 2-methylpropane 2-ol is the product. So using Grignard reagent and carbonyl compounds, we can prepare primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Now we are going to see the next method of preparation of alcohols by hydrolysis of alkenes. There are two different reactions we are considering here. One is hydrazine and other one is hydroboration. both both these reactions are same. That means in both these reactions water molecule is added over the carbon-carbon double bond, but different reagents are used for the preparation of alcohols. Now first we see the hydrolysis reaction of alkenes. Consider this unsymmetric alkene, propene, undergo hydrolysis reaction, that is addition of water in the presence of H2SO4 acid. A more substituted alcohol, that is propane 2-ol, is formed. This addition reaction follows Markovnikov rule. So what is Markovnikov's rule? In the addition of unsymmetrical alkene, the most electronegative part of the reagent adds to the carbon that has less number of hydrogen. Once again I repeat, in the addition of unsymmetrical alkene, the most electronegative part of the reagent adds to the carbon that has less number of hydrogen. So this is the Markovnikov rule. Already we know that hydrolysis means addition of water, and water molecule splits up into H plus and OH minus. Here OH minus is the more electronegative part, so it will adds to the carbon that has less number of hydrogen, and H plus adds to the carbon that has more number of hydrogen, and we get propane 2-ol is the product. By using this acid hydrolysis reaction of alkenes, we are getting more substituted alcohol as a product, and this is due to Markovnikov addition. Now what is hydroboration reaction? This is also another method for the preparation of alcohol from alkene. At first, diborane, that is B2H6 react with alkene to form trialkyl borane, which on treatment with hydrogen peroxide, that is H2O2, in the presence of NaOH gives less substituted alcohol. This reaction follows anti-Markovnikov rule. Suppose if we take a propene which on react with a diborane to form tripropyl borane, which on react with hydrogen peroxide in the presence of base, we can get CH3, CH2, CH2OH, that is propane 1-all is the product. This one is the less substituted alcohol, and this reaction follows anti-Markovnikov rule. So on acid hydrolysis, alkenes undergo Markovnikov addition and we can get more substituted alcohol. And on hydroboration, that is alkenes react with B2H6 bar H2O2, it follows anti-Markovnikov rule and we can get less substituted alcohol as the product. Now the next method of preparation of alcohol by reduction of carbonyl compounds. We already know that reduction means removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. That is, this is the common functional group for aldehyde or ketone, which on react with reducing agent produces alcohols. So here you can see carbonyl group is converted into hydroxyl group. So what happens here? Across this carbon oxygen double bond, there is an addition of H2. So addition of H2 means reduction reaction. So what are the different reducing agent that we used for the conversion of carbonyl compounds into alcohols? We can use ranite nickel in the presence of H2, or sodium amalgam in presence of H2 and hydrolysis, or NaBH4, that is sodium borohydride, lithium aluminum hydride, or lithium borohydride. By using these reducing agents, we can convert aldehydes or ketones into alcohols. Here, three important statements I am going to show you regarding reduction reaction of aldehydes or ketones. The first one is aldehydes on reduction gives primary alcohols. Ketones on reduction gives secondary alcohols. Then tertiary alcohols cannot be prepared by reduction reaction. First one is aldehydes on reduction gives primary alcohol. Aldehyde means CHO group. Ketones on reduction gives secondary alcohols. Then finally tertiary alcohols cannot be prepared by reduction reaction. So these are very important statements. Now let me explain you with the help of an example. Suppose if we take acetaldehyde, that is CH3CHO, which on react with any one of the reducing agent that already we discussed, that is lithium aluminum hydride, followed by hydrolysis, we can get a primary alcohol, that is CH3CH2OH ethanol. Suppose if we take acetone, which on react with the same reducing agent, that is lithium aluminum hydride, followed by hydrolysis, we can get a secondary alcohol, that is propane 2-all is the product. Unlike other reducing agent such as ranite nickel, sodium amalgam or H2O, the lithium aluminum hydride does not reduce the carbon-carbon double bond present in the unsaturated carbonyl compound. The lithium aluminum hydride does not reduce the carbon-carbon double bond present in the unsaturated carbonyl compound, and hence it is the best reagent to prepare unsaturated alcohols. Let us see one example for that. Here crotonaldehyde, that is but2-enol, is one of the example for unsaturated aldehyde, which on reduced with lithium aluminum hydride followed by hydrolysis gives an unsaturated primary alcohol, that is but2-en1-all. So here lithium aluminum hydride does not reduce the carbon-carbon double bond present in the compound, so it is the best reagent to prepare unsaturated alcohols. Now we are going to see the preparation of dihydric and trihydric alcohols. We already discussed the examples for dihydric and trihydric alcohols in the last video. So glycol, that is ethane 1,2-diol, is one of the dihydric alcohol because it contains two hydroxyl group, and glycerol, that is propane 1,2,3-triol, is the trihydric alcohol because it contains three hydroxyl group. Glycol is the example for dihydric alcohol and glycerol is the example for trihydric alcohol. Now let us see one preparation for each. The hydroxylation of ethene using Bayes reagent, that is cold alkaline solution of potassium permanganate, gives glycol, that is ethane 1,2-diol. So Bayes reagent is nothing but cold alkaline solution of potassium permanganate. So after the addition of Bayes reagent, ethene undergo oxidation and followed by hydrolysis. Finally we get glycol, CH2OH, CH2OH. Next, preparation of glycerol. Glycerol occurs in many natural fats, and it is also found in long chain fatty acids in the form of glyceryl esters. The alkaline hydrolysis of these fats gives glycerol, and this reaction is also known as saponification reaction. Here the glyceryl palmitate, triglyceride, which on alkaline hydrolysis, that is react with NaOH, it gives glycerol, that is CH2OH, CHOH, CH2OH. This is the molecular formula for glycerol. And sodium palmitate is the byproduct. Which is used in the soap preparation. So in this video we saw the various methods of preparation of monohydric, dihydric, trihydric alcohols. Thank you.